Hey everyone, happy Friday! Today I am going to read from this amazing book to you about control and detachment. These are all things that have been issues and points of work for me in my life at different various points in times, and so I'm sure it will be relevant for you as well. So control. Sometimes the gray days scare us. Those are the days when the old feelings come rushing back. We may feel needy, scary, ashamed, unable to care for ourselves. When this happens, it's hard to trust ourselves, others, the goodness of life, and the good intentions of our higher power. Problems seem overwhelming. The past seems senseless, the future bleak. We feel certain the things we want in life will never happen. In those moments, we may become convinced that things and people outside ourselves hold the key to our happiness. That's when we try to control people and situations to mask our pain. When these codependent crazies strike, others often begin to react negatively by our controlling. When we are in a frenzied state, searching for happiness outside ourselves and looking to others to provide our peace and stability, remember this. Even if we could control things and people, even if we got what we wanted, we would still be ourselves. Our emotional state would still be in turmoil. People and things don't stop our pain or heal us. In recovery, we learn that this is our job, and we can do it by using our resources, ourselves, our higher power, our support systems, and our recovery program. Often we become peaceful, trusting, and accepting after we become peaceful, trusting, and accepting what we want comes to us with ease and naturalness. The sun begins to shine again. Isn't it funny, and isn't it true, how all change really does begin with us? The concept of letting go can be confusing to many of us when we are doing too much or trying too hard to control people and outcomes. When are we doing too little? When is what we're doing an appropriate part of taking care of ourselves? What is our responsibility and what isn't? These issues can challenge us whether we've been in recovery 10 days or 10 years. Sometimes we may let go so much that we neglect responsibility to ourselves or others. Other times we cross the line from taking care of ourselves by controlling others and outcomes. There's no rule book, but we don't have to make ourselves crazy. We don't have to be so afraid. We don't have to do recovery perfectly. If it feels like we need to do a particular action, we can do it. If no action feels timely or inspired, don't act on it. Having and settling healthy limits, healthy boundaries isn't a tidy process. We can give ourselves permission to experiment, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow. We can talk to people, ask questions, and question ourselves. If there's something we need to do or learn, it will become apparent. Lessons don't go away. If we're not taking care of ourselves enough, we'll see that. If we are being too controlling, we'll grow to understand that too. Things will work out. The way will become clear. This is something that's so important because I know when I felt completely out of control in my life, I'll try to control others. And part of this I learned from Tony Robbins is that we all need a level of certainty and uncertainty. And oftentimes, if we feel like there's so much uncertainty into our life, we will try to create certainty. But really, when we control things, I think that's when the anxiety and the stress really start to creep in because we know inside our heart that this isn't a true thing, that we're controlling it, that we're making sure it's going to happen and not letting it happen on its own. And when that happens, we don't feel like it's going to last because we're unsure of it. So this is something that in coaching, trying to control other people's outcomes, or it has made me crazy in the past. All I can do is be myself, show up every day for myself, love others the best I can, and not neglect myself in the process, and inspire others, and really understand that it's up to them for their results. And the same thing goes in relationships or even our family dynamics. We can only teach our kids so much and hope that they pick up that we've taught them and that they learn. So anyways, this has been something that I've come back to over and over and over again. And one thing that I read today that if you have a life of disappointments and there's too many expectations, so sometimes really look at your expectations. Are there those things that were even yours to expect? Can you control those things? And if you're constantly getting disappointed, if the same thing keeps showing up, the same relationship problems, the same lesson, then you haven't learned from it. So keep looking at what your life is like and where you want to be, and fixing and what you can and controlling the controllable. And the only thing you can control is yourself and the way you react. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to mess up. Life's going to be messy. Nobody has it all together. But all you can do is just learn from the process.